Hi, I'm Larry Herb, Xbox Live's Major Nelson, here with a very special edition of This Week on Xbox. Halo Wars 2 is in early access right now and will be available to everyone on February 21st. This marks a big moment for the team, and we thought it was a perfect opportunity to look at the year ahead and chat with some of the amazing creators behind some of the biggest games coming in 2017. We'll be chatting with guests like Shannon Loftus from Microsoft Studios to talk Crackdown 3, Phantom Dust, and more. Our very own Graham Boyd sits down with Craig Duncan at Rare to discuss Sea of Thieves. Jeff Strain popped by to give us an update on State of Decay 2, and of course, Dan Ayub from 343 is on hand to chat Halo Wars 2. Plus, Chris Charla nerds out on the brilliant work being done by independent devs with the ID at Xbox program. I'm here with Dan Ayub, who's the studio head of 343. Dan, good to see you.
Good to see you, Larry. How's it going?
Big month for you guys. Halo Wars 2, what's going on?
Big day, we're out, man. Yeah, it's been a long road. I mean, we started this thing, feels like an eternity ago, that we were trying to sign Creative Assembly to come in and work with us and do Halo Wars 2. You know, the first one was so special to so many people for a lot of reasons. So we were really excited to get another go at it.
So Dan, this is a big title because it's an Xbox Play Anywhere title, right?
Yeah, actually, so one of the things we're really happy about, this is the first Halo title that's going to launch at the same time on Xbox One and Windows 10.
Right.
That was kind of a big criticism of the first Halo Wars. It's like, it's a great game, we love it, but why isn't it on PC? So for the first time, it's coming out on both. And yeah, it's a Play Anywhere title, so you buy it on one platform, you get the other one, and your achievements and everything moves back and forth.
Your save goes back and forth.
Yeah, it's great, it's fantastic.
So how did you make it approachable for those that haven't played RTS before?
Yeah, it was a great challenge, right? On the one hand, you want to make sure that if you're a hardcore RTS player, that it's got everything there that you expect. And that's where our choice of partner has been fantastic, because Creative Assembly's been making RTS games for like 15 years.
Right.
Yeah, we like to call this the RTS for everyone, and the way we kind of went through that was game modes. So in the multiplayer modes, you've got everything from like hardcore deathmatch, which is like you're a seasoned player, you know exactly what to do, down to blitz, which is a lot more casual, and you can just hop in and matches are like 5 to 7 minutes. So you can kind of move along that scale, and as you move back and forth, the modes are a little more complicated or a little less complicated. Right. Campaign is a great way to kind of ease people into it. And the other thing we've tried to do is just make the controls a lot more approachable. So it's just like if you're on a console, it's easy to get to what you want to do. It's easy to select your units, and it just becomes a lot more intuitive than it has been in the past.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
That's great.
Dan Ayub from 343 Industries. Dan, thanks for your time.
Thanks, good to see you.
It's time to show them what power really means around here.
It's time for a little pirate action with our own Graham Boyd, who stopped by Rare Studios to check in on Sea of Thieves.
Thanks, Larry, and hey everyone, I'm Graham Boyd, Xbox Live's AC Bongos, and I'm here, as usual, in the tavern at Rare with the studio head himself, Craig Duncan. How are you, Craig?
Great to have you here, as always.
It is a pleasure. Now let's talk about Sea of Thieves. People are playing the game already in the technical alpha. How's that going for you?
We know everyone wants to play, and we know there's great excitement. We've been scaling it. We let 1,000 players in, then we upped that to 5,000, and then we're just about to go into our next session where we're going to add a few more 1,000 players in as we continue to add features, scale the services. So it's awesome. I just want to say it's like super helpful for everyone that's giving us feedback and playing. It's great, super great.
It's kind of a new way of developing a game for you as a studio, right? Has it changed the sort of mood and the atmosphere in the studio?
Yeah, it's liberating, but also really scary, but in a good way. Because like when you normally build a game, you kind of have your vision, you take it to its end conclusion, you fix all the bugs, you release it, and then you see what people say. And this is like doing that in a really open way. And what it allows us to do is we keep looking ahead and going, okay, based on the data we're seeing and the player feedback, you know, is is ship customization the right next feature, or should we focus more on player customization? And all of those things it just helps us influence our roadmap and priorities as we build the game. So in a way more informative, liberated way than any other game we've ever built.
Cool. A lot of people have seen a lot of Sea of Thieves last summer through E3 and Gamescom. Yep. What's new in the game as it stands right now?
Yeah, loads and loads of things. So we're just about, and this is like, Sea of Thieves is always live, we're always adding things. So even if I tell you what we're doing now, like next week, that will be out of date. We're just about to do another tech alpha test. We've just increased the world size, which has brought new islands in. It's brought different regions, which make the game feel very different. And we've also added our skeleton AI threat as well. So now when you're out on islands exploring for treasure, there's skeletons that will come out of the ground, and that makes the game feel way more you and your crew against the world. So now I'm worried about finding treasure, going on adventures. There might be skeletons we encounter. There might be another pirate crew that comes by. Think of this sort of melting pot of all these emergent things that could happen all at the same time, and what's my adventure going to be this time?
So what's next for Sea of Thieves? When are we going to hear more about the game?
Sign up to be a Sea of Thieves insider, go on the seaofthieves.com website, follow our channels on Twitter and Facebook, just be part of the community. And I think if people want to know more about Sea of Thieves, coming into our community is where they'll find out more.
All right, Craig, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. I think we should break out the grog now, yeah? And we'll see you on the high seas.
I'm here with Jeff Strain, who's the executive producer for State of Decay 2. Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks, Lee.
I'm looking to hear what's going on with State of Decay 2. Tell us.
Well, we are busy trying to get it ready for its release this year.
Yep.
It's coming together beautifully. Super exciting. We obviously at the studio, we're all huge fans of the original game too, and so it's kind of a fantasy for us to get it to this point and see it coming together and know that it's real. When we looked at the original game, and we kind of made a big list of here's what works, here's what didn't work so well,
right?
And here are the things that we want to kind of double down on.
Sure.
Right? And one of the things that we explored with the original game was kind of this feeling of creating bases and communities where everybody had their own agendas and their own ideas, right, and their own desires and impulses.
Right.
And you saw that modeled in the game, that sometimes you'd come in and play and somebody would have stolen all your stuff and taken off because they got angry with you or something.
Right.
And we really wanted to take that to the next level. And so one of the big areas of innovation for the game beyond the cooperative multiplayer aspect of it is what we call dynamic narrative, which is really bringing the social and community aspects of the game into the overall simulation in the same way we do zombie behavior and modeling the overall state of the world, and it really creates for some just phenomenal storytelling.
Jeff, what's your favorite gameplay moment of State of Decay 2 that you've come across in game testing?
I'd love to tell you that it's some of these innovative new features that we're putting into the game, the dynamic narrative, obviously the multiplayer really adds a whole new dimension to the game that's super fun. But for me personally, the thing that I'm still doing at midnight when I'm playtesting the game is driving around my car, slamming zombies, and taking it to them with the weapons and the guns, right? It's just, there's just still that visceral thrill of that, and the fidelity is so much enhanced in State of Decay 2 compared to State of Decay 1. We just give you all kinds of new ways to take it to the zombie hordes.
Jeff, can you remind everyone when the game is coming out?
Yep, it's 2017 this year, and we'll have more details for you at E3.
That is awesome. Jeff Strain is the executive producer for State of Decay 2. Jeff, thanks for your time.
You bet, Larry. Thank you.
I'm here with Chris Charler from the ID at Xbox program. Chris, great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
A lot of activity, as always, in the ID at Xbox space, but especially around this time of the year. Tell us what's up.
Absolutely, yeah. We're really gearing up for summer now. So next up is GDC.
Game Developer Conference.
Absolutely. Game Developer Conference is the most important conference of the year for developers. And one of the things we like to do at it, there's a lot of press there, is we bring a bunch of games in and show them to the press. This year we're going to be showing more than 20 titles, a lot of new releases off, and sort of a private press event. And it kind of kicks off the season for us.
So this is really exciting. I mean, that's what people need to know about the ID at Xbox program is there's a variety of experiences across the portfolio, but not just for Xbox and the console, but also on Windows 10, right?
Absolutely. We have a ton of great games coming to Windows 10, whether it's, Thimbleweed Park from Ron Gilbert, which is like one of the gods of adventure game design, or Tacoma from our friends at Fulbright. All these games are going to be coming to Xbox One as well as Windows 10.
Well, you know, folks have seen Cuphead. They've seen some of this great stuff from Cuphead. When can we expect Cuphead? I get asked that all the time. I'm sure you do.
I get asked it a lot too. I ask it a lot.
Yeah.
We are going to see Cuphead in mid-2017. That's what the developer has said. They are doing they are working really, really hard to finish that game, but they are making that game by hand. I mean, if you follow them on Twitter, you can see them tweeting out frames that, people are drawing. And, they're doing something totally different with Cuphead, totally unique with Cuphead, and we're not going to rush them. They should take all the time they need to make the game they want to make.
It's going to be out when it's done.
Exactly.
So 2017 is going to be another great year for ID at Xbox, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Chris Charla from the ID at Xbox program. Chris, thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Shannon, I'm a huge Crackdown fan, but you haven't really told me that much, so give up the goods. What do you got?
Well, you remember how great the original Crackdowns were with the big open cities, and as you leveled up, your cars and your weapons leveled up.
Yep.
Well, imagine all that times 10.
Okay.
Crackdown 3 is all about the boom. It's a massive futuristic city. You have smarter enemies, more vehicles, new weapons. And the explosions and the destruction. I mean, it's really an incredible experience.
There's a massive game. I'm really looking forward to taking a look at that. When can we expect that?
That game is coming this year.
Oh, this year. Okay, there we go. Now, we've also got some other titles that you've been talking about, some classic titles that are coming to Xbox. Tell us about them.
That's right. We love Xbox fans, and Xbox fans love their games. And we've had a lot of requests to bring back some of the games that they loved in the early days. So we are working on both Phantom Dust and Voodoo Vince.
Ooh, Voodoo Vince. I'm a huge fan of Voodoo Vince. A great character, amazing soundtrack. How did that come about?
You know, one of the creators of Voodoo Vince is a man named Clayton Kaczmarek. He actually is Voodoo Vince. And Clayton works on my team now, and he's had a strong desire to bring the game back forever. And so he has been working with a team of his friends, and he has a deal through ID at Xbox, and he's remastered the entire game. I've been playing. It feels great. It feels so modern with beautiful textures and lighting. And Voodoo Vince himself is the same charming character that he's always been.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Now, the next title is a huge fan favorite, right?
That's right, yes. Phantom Dust originally came out for the original Xbox, the OG box. It was made exclusively for our Japanese market, and a third-party publisher brought it to the US, but only in very tiny quantities, and people that played it absolutely loved it. It was way ahead of its time in terms of gameplay, collectible card game. Nobody's ever created perfect deck.
Right. So, but it's important to point out is that you guys are taking the original game, but you're adding all the awesomeness that has developed over Xbox over the years, right?
Well, yes, we are. So we're working with the original game code, as you mentioned, but running it on an Xbox One, it just naturally looks better.
Right.
It's a much more powerful system. So it looks a little more modern. The heart of the gameplay is the same. And then the best part is we're adding Xbox Live with all of the Xbox Live features. It's an Xbox Play Anywhere game. It supports cross-play, cross-save, and best of all, achievements.
Yeah. Shannon, what are you most excited about?
Well, I've been playing a ton of the Halo Wars 2 beta and super excited to get into that through early access. But when I look forward to 2017, 2018, I'm really excited that we have something for everyone.
Thanks to everyone who stopped by, and I hope you enjoyed this quick look at some of the great games coming this year. This is just the beginning of a great 2017. Stay tuned to This Week on Xbox each and every Friday for the latest Xbox news, including updates on the games you just saw. I'm Larry Herb, Xbox Live's Major Nelson. Thanks for watching.